Here's everything you need to know on what to farm for Carlotta, starting with her mats, echoes, her base team, and a weapon. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. Starting off with Carlotta kits, but before that, just a reminder that her kits might or can be changed by Kuro at the last second, so take everything in this video with a grain of salt. First of all, she is a Glacial Resonator and our first 5-star gun user. Starting with her normal attack, Carlotta will deal up to 2 consecutive strikes that deals glacial damage, and each time Carlotta deals normal attack, she will gain multiple crystals and her basic attack will be replaced to necessary measures and can stack up to 3 strikes. Once Carlotta Forte bar is full, Carlotta heavy attack will be replaced to containment tactics and consume all substance to deal damage and reduce the cooldown for her resonance skill Art of Violence by 6 seconds. For Carlotta resonance skill, when cast, she will deal glacial damage and inflict dispersion on the enemy, and the target will be immobilized for 1.5 seconds. Pressing the skill again to cast Chromatic Splendor, and it will consume all movable crystals, and the skill will enter cooldown if Chromatic Splendor is not cast or Carlotta is switched off the field. Carlotta Resonance Liberation is one of the highlights of her gameplay, where she will deal glacial damage to all characters in an area, and the damage is considered resonance skill damage. And here's the thing, the enemy that get hit will be inflicted with deconstruction. Hitting enemy that inflicted with deconstruction ignores 18% of the defense, which is huge, and that's crazy. After casting Resonance Liberation, Twilight Tango will be activated, and pressing normal attack or Resonance Liberation to cast the Death Knell. Each Death Knell will grant 1 meta per attack and can stack up to 4 times. Once 4 meta presents, Fatal Finale can be cast and will end the Twilight Tango. Fatal Finale also considered as resonance skill damage. Finally, Carlotta Forte Second. Once Carlotta Forte bar is full, casting her heavy attack Imminent Oblivion will consume all substance and Tinted Crystal will enter cooldown. During this time, Carlotta will not gain substance for 22 seconds. This attack also considered as resonance skill damage and will help to reduce the cooldown for resonance skill Art of Violence by 6 seconds. Carlotta Forte bar is called Substance and she can hold up to 120 points of substance. She can restore substance by doing intro skill, resonance skills, Chromatic Splendor, basic attack, necessary measures, and dodge counter. She cannot gain substance while in Twilight Tango, and each time Tinted Crystal is in cooldown. Carlotta also can hold up to 6 moddable crystal by casting basic attack stage 2, heavy attack, mid-air attack, intro skill, resonance skill, and successful dodge. Carlotta cannot gain moddable crystal while in Twilight Tango, same as the Forte bar. For the other 2 Carlotta's inherent skill, Flawless Purity and Ars Gracia Artis, Flawless Purity will help Carlotta being immune to any damage or interruption during perform mid-air attack Chromatic Splendor. Also, while Carlotta on the team, flight stamina cost is reduced by 20%, which will help us to flight more longer. And for Ars Gracia Artis, intro skill, resonance skills, Chromatic Splendor, Death Knell, and Imminent Oblivion can inflict deconstruction, which means Carlotta can deal up more damage to the enemies. Now let's talk about Carlotta Resonant Chain, or you can call it the Constellation. Which one to prefer or decide, is she worth at C0 and can she just stay like that? For free to play players, this section might not be your main focus, but can consider listening in case you want to go further with your pulling session. So let's start out with the Carlotta C1. Resonance skill Art of Violence will increase her glacial damage bonus by 25% for 15 seconds, and Chromatic Splendor will restore additionally 30 points of substance, and she will be immune to interruption when casting Death Knell. C1 is already pretty solid to start with. C2 will increase her crit rate by 25% when deal damage to enemies that inflicted with deconstruction, which means she can crit all the time, but make sure that your active crit rate is already above 50%. C4 is more to unlocking Carlotta as a sub DPS, where she will buff your team resonance skill damage by 25% for 30 seconds, and C5 just help increase your overall attack by 10% whenever you cast Carlotta's skill Art of Violence. And for the last one, her C6. Death Knell will deal more damage and shoot out 2 crystal shots, and its damage multiplier will be increased by 145%. Death Knell also inflicted scattering to enemies whenever it gets hit and immobilized the target for 1.5 seconds. And for the weapon section, and of course, Carlotta will be powerful with her signature weapon, the Last Dance. This weapon will provide a tremendous amount of crit damage up to 72% with base attack cap on 500 only. This weapon passive will provide more skill damage bonus by 48% whenever you cast intro skill or liberation, which is very good for Carlotta since her damage is oriented around resonance skill damage. Other gacha option you can go is Undying Flame, where it will increase your skill damage bonus by 20% for 15 seconds. For free-to-play option, you can craft the Pistol 26, where you will gain attack increase by 6%, stacking up to 2 times, but loses 1 stack whenever you take damage, so make sure to always dodge from the incoming attack. Final one for the Battle Pass weapon is also a good option to go, since it also increases resonance skill damage bonus up to 21% whenever you hit an enemies with basic or heavy attack. Next up, Echo Suggestion. In version 2.0, we will be introduced to another new Sonata effect called Frosty Resolve. This new set Sonata is very suited with Carlotta, where with 2 pieces will give 12% resonance skill damage bonus, and the 5 piece will grant 18% glacial damage bonus and resonance skill damage bonus for 5 seconds when you cast Resonance Liberation. This effect can be stacked up to 2 times. For 3311 is always I go for whenever building an Echo set, cause for Echo that you can put on Carlotta is of course the new boss that will be available on the new area Renacita called the Sentry Construct. This Echo will grant 12% glacial damage bonus and resonance skill damage bonus when equipped in their main slot. Boss cost 3 you can go for is glacial damage bonus, or you can put 1 as the attack percent in case your attack sets is pretty low. Cost 1 is of course attack percent. We might need to wait a bit longer and farm later since this only available once the 2.0 will be released. And now comes to the team synergy for Carlotta. So Carlotta, as far as we know, she's focused on more to her damage as resonance skill. So there's other 2 characters that you can consider putting them together with Carlotta. The first one is of course the 4-star Havoc Shielder, Tauchi. Tauchi will amplify Carlotta's skill damage by 38%. And the other one is the premium team combining Carlotta and Jeji. While Jeji buff is quite low compared to Tauchi, but Jeji is also increased glacial damage for Carlotta, making up for her lack of skill damage bonus. And for the 3rd slot, you can put either Verena, Showkeeper or Baiji as your main healer and overall damage amplifier. Finally, Carlotta's Material Ascension. Carlotta will need 46 of the Platinum Core, which can be farmed by defeating Sentry Construct at the new area Renacita. She also needs 4 Green Polygon Core, 12 Blue Polygon Core, 12 Purple Polygon Core, and lastly 4 of the Gold Polygon Core. For the regional flowers, she will need 60 Sword Ocarus that can be farmed in the new area Renacita as well. Finally, the total number of shell credits you need to fully ascend her is 170,000 shell credits, and for the total number of shell credits to fully level her up to level 90 is 1.2 million credits. For a skill level up, firstly you need a lot of these phlogiston things. 25 of the green phlogiston, 28 of the blue phlogiston, 55 of purple phlogiston, and lastly 67 gold phlogiston. For the core, she will use the same one, the polygon core. She will need 25 green polygon core, 28 blue polygon core, 40 of purple polygon core, and 57 polygon core. Weekly boss drop you need for a skill is the Netherworld Stair that can be farmed from the boss Hecate located at the new areas in Nasita. Finally, for the total number amount of shell credits you need to fully level up all the skill is a whopping of 2.3 million shell credits. And that's it for the video everyone. As always, most of the key information I share with you might get changed whenever the official release comes out. And if some of you have any tips you want to add up or perhaps want to correct me on something, please let me know in the comment section down below. As always, I will see you lot in the next one. Goodbye.